Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Hannah and I like to make videos. If you're new to my channel, I have done the most random videos ever. I make YouTube video compilations. No, I don't. I make video compilations that I put on YouTube. I put videos together about things that I've done and my family does, and sometimes I like to go back and watch them myself. Anyway, I'm super awkward. Today I am going to give you guys a crash course in how to make a t-shirt design on Adobe Illustrator. I work as a graphic designer at Brigham Young University and I have done a bunch of t-shirt designs. So today we're going to make one about surviving 2020 because that is t-shirt worthy. Anyways, so stick around if you want to learn how to make a t-shirt that says I survived 2020. Very simple. If you have Adobe Illustrator and 20 minutes to kill, then I bet you and I could do it. Let's figure it out and get it done. Fourth narration's a charm. You open up Adobe Illustrator with your blank canvas. You go into Google and you Google blank t-shirts to get an idea of what color of t-shirt you want to design for, because this will determine which colors you do or do not use on your design. Then you find a generic file with a blank one that makes it easy to put the design onto the shirt for visualization purposes only, and then you save that wherever you want to save it. You incorporate it into Adobe Illustrator by opening the original photo file, and then I always copy and paste the original photo file into my blank canvas so that I am not accidentally manipulating my brand new photo file, my original file. I'll open it, copy and paste, and then I will exit out of the original um, file, adjust it, and then I will move on to setting things up for my design. I survived 2020.
Yes.
I survived the pandemic of 2020. That's what it's gonna be. Okay, so now I know what I wanted to say. Boom. It's a Rona shirt. And I already know that I want it to be okay, there's like 3 different ways that I'm already envisioning how we could design this. Dang it, I should have had like a voting thing on my Instagram. All the best ideas made in hindsight. First idea that came to me was a circle. So if you don't know how to use Adobe Illustrator, basically you're going to, even if you don't have the image up or anything else, you just figure out how to put a canvas on your screen. Blank canvas on your screen. Then you're going to go, it's called the ellipse tool, the ellipse tool, which is shortcut L. And if you don't immediately see it, it may be covered up by the rectangle tool. And the way to navigate this toolbar is every single tool that you see with a little arrow down here in the corner is part of a larger toolbox or a drop down menu. So you just go to, like, we need a circle, so we're going to go to the shapes drawer, tool drawer. You hold down and then for a couple seconds to let them know that you want to open this drawer, and then you can release and then pick one of these. We're going to go with the ellipse tool, and then just pick a point that's going to be the corner of your circle, unless you want it to be the center. If you want the corner of the circle to be right here, then you're going to hold shift and then drag, drop, and let go of shift, and that way you will create a perfect circle with the corner right where you wanted it. However, if you wanted your point to be the center of the circle, then you're going to hold shift and alt and drag out from the center. So I could come over here to what feels like, I'm just going to eyeball it. That's about the middle of ours, and then I'm going to hold shift and alt and then just go boop. There we go. Now we have a circle. Boom. T-shirt done. Just kidding. We have our circle, and I'm not going to really worry about the size right now, but I'm just showing you that this is what it could look like. I'm going to bring the circle over here, hold shift, and just make it bigger so we can work with the details a little bit more. I know that this is what I want my t-shirt to say. So I'm going to go in and show you guys, let's see. We have a shape. Okay, a couple things you need to know about shapes. This is a circle. Hello, circle. Right here you have two squares, black square and then this like weird window with the line through it. This is the stroke, aka the outline. Right now, this shape is not assigned an outline. It's just a filled in black circle, no outline. If I quickly wanted to switch these, I could swap the fill and stroke. So then there's nothing in the circle, but the outline is there, and then the outline is black. And I will probably be doing this in a little bit because I want a couple different layers of circles. But for now, we're just going to stick with our black circle. And then if you want to change the color of your circle from black to do something else, you double click on this square. It's going to be different. It's going to give you different color options depending on where you click. In terms of like over here, it just pulls up this little box or this. Even if you double tap, but if you come over here and you double tap here, then you've got all of these. This is my favorite color picker because it's just the broadest range. You can also enter a hex code here. I love hex codes when I'm doing when I'm working my design job and I need a specific color. The hex code is, you just paste it right in there and then it works really well. So let's do, okay, so this is a heathered gray sweatshirt, so we need something that can contrast the gray pretty well. It should stay pretty dark because this gray is light, and contrast will help us see it better. Actually, we could do green just because for kicks and giggles, but I really like this blue. We're going to stick with this blue. For anyone who wants the hex code for this blue, it's 114663. So, perfect. Okay. Now you know a little bit more about shapes. You know how to bring in a circle. Hold shift to make it a perfect circle. Hold shift and alt, if you want to draw from the center outward. Right here you've got the color of the circle, the outline of the circle. The same thing applies over here if you want to change the color of your stroke. You click on it so that the little corner shows that it's in front. Then you double click right here and then you can select again any color. Like if I wanted a light blue, select OK. It's there even though you can't see it. Wait, no it's not. Now it is. There, you can almost see it. If I zoom in, yeah, you can see the light blue. Anyway, I'm going to keep the stroke off because I don't really want a stroke on this right now. We've got our circle. Next, I'm going to draw a second circle from... Actually, instead of drawing, we will just copy and paste. And pay attention very carefully. I'm going to Control C, and because I want my second circle to be right on top of this circle, like exactly, I'm going to go Control Shift V. And now I have a second circle that is sitting on top of my first one. I'll change the color so that you guys can see the difference. Boom. And this is a white circle. Let's make it blue. Okay, boom. We have our second circle, and now it was the same principle. I went Control C and then Control Shift V, and it pasted an exact copy of this dark blue circle on top of the light blue circle, and then I held both Shift and Alt when moving these corners. And when you hold Shift and Alt at the same time, it tells the computer, the program, whatever, to keep that perfect circle shape and to pivot on the center point, which is super important for alignment purposes. Okay, now we have 2 circles, but pranked, I'm actually not going to be using this circle as color. This circle has defined what we call a path in Adobe Illustrator, and the path is just a line. So this line is circular. It happens to be filled in with the blue color right now, but if I were to go over here and click this little slashy button, there is our path with no color on it, no outline, no fill. It's just a path. And I'm going to leave this blue on it for a second so that I can see where it is. While I go over here to my type tool and my type tool box, I'm going to hold that down and I'm going to select type on a path tool. And then I'm just going to come over here and select this light blue circle and just click on the edge of it wherever I want to start typing. I'm going to go right here and see now it has taken away the fill. It has recognized it as nothing but a path, and it has started, it's showing me an example of what my text is going to look like. And because we copied and pasted directly on top of our other circle, it's going to have the same angle, the same curve percentage around the edge. And so it will flow right into our circle very well. I'm going to pull this down a little bit. This is all the character box. Tells you all the things you need to know about your text. So like the font right now, not my favorite. We will be changing it in a second. The color of the font, again, double tap over there. I want it to be white. And then I'm just going to start typing, I survived the pandemic of, and then 2020 is going to be right in the middle. Actually, I'm just going to put I survived 2020 in general, because this year is ridiculous. I survived. Okay, I don't want it quite that big. It's all about adjustments here at this point. If you move your cursor towards the edges towards the corners of this circle selection, then it gives you the option to turn. And so you can put it anywhere. You can put it centered on top of your circle. You can put it on the side. If you want it to be inverted, okay, this part's going to be a little bit confusing for a minute. If you want your text to be on the inside, swooping up instead of over, inside instead of outside your path, then you're going to look at this line right here, which is the midpoint. Like here, you start typing, that's the middle, and you finish typing over here. This midpoint, you're going to grab it and just flip it to the other side of the circle. So instead of pointing outwards away from the circle, it'll be pointing inwards. And now your words are inside the circle. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so that you can see what I did. But yeah, that's one option. I'm going to backspace because I want it on the outside of my circle. And I'm just going to put it like right about here. Perfect. Okay. I survived. This looks like a sticker. Ooh, we should make stickers. Okay. Next I want to put in 2020. So we're going to go type tool, type 2020. We typed it, select your little pointer. It's like one of my go-to tools. And now we get to do some fun text effects with 2020. I'm gonna just put this. I need my pointer. I survived 2020. Just put that out of the way. Oop. Make sure anytime you're moving your circle and your text that you're holding shift and selecting both of them so that you can see the outline of the path as well as the outline of the dark blue circle. If it helps you to keep them straight or keep them together so that you don't always have to hold shift and select them, you can select both and then go Control G, and that will group them together and keep them. That way you can click off, click on, and it automatically selects both of them. That can get complicated with layering, but we'll talk about that later. So now 2020. I also want this to be white, but I'm not going to make it white yet because I still need to be able to see what I'm doing with it. So we're going to go over to this character box and we're going to look at a couple different things. So first of all, this, I always forget the difference between the kerning and the other thing, but they are very technical terms and you may Google them to learn about spacing between letters. This one will change the spacing between all the letters in your word or number. This one only changes the spacing between two, so one space. Like if I thought that this 0 was too far away from this number 2, but the other ones were fine, then I'd go here and I'd say, hey, bring that space down, and I'd fix it like that. But I'm instead going to select the whole word and I'm going to change the spacing of the whole thing. And I want to make sure that they're not too close together. But yes, that is just space manipulation for your letters, numbers, and or other characters. This has to do with spacing for different lines of text. So if you have 2020 on this line and then you have like I am awesome, or just like, okay, let's do I'm great. Now you can see we have one line of text, two lines of text, and they are in the same text box. Then you can use this to manipulate their spacing. See how this, if you increase it, it puts more space. Decreasing it takes away space. Puts them closer together. So there's that tool. We're at 2020, and I kind of want this to be, it's called, I can't remember what it's called, but I'll find it. Shear. I want to shear this. So the shear tool honestly is just a little stylistic effect that takes a perfect, like a text box. Our text box is a rectangle right now, and slants it or adjusts it to be a different shape, like a rhombus or trapezoid, things like that. Just kind of like italicize it almost. So I'm gonna take my cursor down here to this path that our text is on. I'm just gonna drag it around. It's a super powerful tool. Like you hardly need to move it at all to get crazy. Like you can drag it this way, this way, this way. And I like to push mine up a little bit. I always, when I'm doing the shear tool, just the way I use it, I like to push it up a little bit like this. Like that. Okay. So now I'm going to go in. This is the part that I was talking about. I'm going to move this out of the way. I need to move and adjust this lettering. And because it is grouped together, any adjustments I make to these letters will also be applied to my big blue circle. And so I need to go Control Shift G to ungroup them. And then I'm going to just move my letters around. I'm going to rotate my circle so that they move up a bit, and then I'm going to put this across like this. Rotate these letters a little more. Bring down the spacing on these letters. Boom. Okay. Now I kind of like the look of these letters, like, I don't know, jumping out of the circle almost. I'm going to change the font to something. Ooh, yes, that font. I'm going to give them a little more space, a little bigger. Okay. I really like this design, actually. I'm a fan. So let's give them a little more space. This is the part that takes the longest, is just making the adjustments that you want. But now we have 2020 in kind of a cool font. I survived. And okay, now's the part where we can either turn it white, in which case you won't see it on this canvas, but you will see it on the t-shirt. I will show you. I just drag my cursor up to the corner, or you can type in all capital F's for your hex code, and that is white. Boom, there is the first one. And now I'm just going to group this so that it doesn't move, and then put it on the shirt. Boom, we've got a shirt design. I'm going to delete these. Another way you can do this, I'm going to hold down Alt. And if you look at my cursor, when I hold down Alt and I move over a selected design, it creates a second little white cursor on kind of like piggybacking off of my main cursor. And that is indicating, like, if I let go of Alt, it's not there. If I hold down Alt, it's indicating that I'm going to duplicate it. So you hold Alt, click and drag away, let go, and then let go of Alt. And now you have two identical designs. And this design, I'm going to Control-Shift-G to ungroup it. And then all I'm going to change about this one is I'm going to add a black stroke. Boom. And now it kind of looks like this little cartoony type thing. I don't know what to call it, but I like how it looks. I'm going to make these a little smaller. Not that much smaller. Space them out a little more. And maybe change this. Let's see. We'll go filters. We'll go handwritten. Ooh, that's fun. Let's do this one. Kind of this little scribbly, scrawly stuff. Gonna space it out. If you hold down Shift, you can space it out. Kind of speed up the spacing out. It goes by intervals if you hold down Shift. Boom. And just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to go to layer 1, copy and paste this, go to align it to the bottom of the artboard and the far right. I'm going to crop the image so that we just have our t-shirt guy. Boom, move him all the way over like this. There we go. Relock that layer, select layer 2 again. And then, oh, we need to go in, click and drag to select everything here. Control G to group it. And then we're just gonna move it right over here. Boom. I survived 2020. Sometimes I feel like I'm not gonna make it. And then I make this t-shirt and tell myself that I have to so that I can have this t-shirt. Anyways, there is a very simple circular t-shirt design. This one is a little bit more polished, I feel like. This one is a little bit more cartoony, kind of. And the only thing we changed about it was this font and this outline. Outlines, especially black outlines, make it look more like a cartoon just because cartoons are naturally, historically illustrated with black outlines. And this one does not have black outlines. So it's up to you, whichever option you like more. And you can make your t-shirt say anything, obviously. Now you've got the two I Survived 2020 t-shirts. Awesome, good job. If you like this tutorial, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if there are other projects you would like to see tutorials on. I am more than willing to do tons of t-shirt designs. I love doing t-shirts. We can also do stickers, flyers, posters, banners for Facebook or YouTube or Instagram posts or Instagram stories. We can do all kinds of stuff. So just let me know. Leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, share, etc. Thanks for tuning in to today's tutorial, and I hope to see you back on my channel when I see you back. So thanks, and insert yeah, peace. That's what my roommate said. Peace. All done. Bye.